Today I've got the very first of Alamo's gold label customs from Taylor. Very excited about these guitars and excited to tell you about them, so stick around. How's it going, guys? This is Cooper Greenberg at Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You may find us online at alamomusic.com, and if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel and like the videos. Like, personally enjoy them and like them, but also hit the like button. It helps. So, as I said, and as we've talked about a couple times on this channel, we were able to place some orders for gold label and builder's edition customs, something that has not been offered prior to in Taylor's line. First off, they didn't have gold labels till this year, but also builder's editions, you can never customize them. So we took the opportunity, we put together some very cool guitars. This one is already spoken for, but I'll talk about it in a moment. Now, when we first saw the gold labels, it was kind of the first question is like, well, what if we did something with different woods or different inlays? They got a really nice aesthetic as they are with the 814, and now with the 514, the 714, the 517, the 717, and the 817. Bunch of gold labels are available, and how they come from the factory, it's a perfect guitar. I'm a big fan. But it's fun to get to experiment, especially with things that we know would work. And this is one that I put together and chose the woods and the specs for at the factory earlier this year, and it is officially the first gold label custom that we have received. I think it's an excellent way to kick off what will be a very cool series of some other stuff that's coming soon. But as you can see, looks pretty different than the stock gold label. Interestingly enough, this one says custom gold label SA for San Antonio, aka Super Auditorium. But this is a little bit sort of old school 500 series styled, so one might say it's a 524E gold label, but it's not because it's a custom. So I'm going to run you through the specs. This is a very cool guitar. It is all mahogany, so mahogany top, mahogany back and sides. And mahogany is not like the most figured wood in the world, but I still picked out sets with Andy, and we found a really pretty set of mahogany that up close you can see some of the kind of flame in there. It's not really figured mahogany, but especially the back set that we chose, it's very pretty. So mahogany top, back, and sides. This is bound in grained ivory on the body and the fingerboard. This is grained ivory century inlay. This is the 800 series gold label rosette. So that comes over from the first gold label, but it's got the nice kind of abalone with the ivory and wood sort of surrounding it, and a bound sound hole, because you got to go bound sound. You know what I'm saying? This has a clear pick guard on it. This is the bridge pin set of the turned bone that are stained with Australian red opal. So if it has no opal, it's not hopeful for me. You know what I'm saying? But Century continues up on the headstock with the grained ivory Taylor logo, the gold label Taylor logo, because that's a new headstock, new logo for the gold label series, and Goto 510s. This guitar rocks, and when it comes to like the sound of the actual gold label series and what they've done with the V-Class fan bracing, to me, immediately it was just like, this would work really, really nicely with an all-mahogany guitar. So I love an all-hog. Right now in Taylor's line, you're basically just getting the option in the 300 series with 324 or 322 if that's what you're about. But I think having a little bit more kicked up aesthetic on an all-mahogany guitar, this is very reminiscent of a extremely popular Alvarez Yairi FYM 66. Little bit bigger since it's a Super Auditorium body, but aesthetically it's kind of in that vein, and I love that guitar, and I have one of those guitars. And so if I'm choosing something to compete with that, a little bit higher end, really, really nice all-mahogany, I think this one is incredible, and I think it's perfect for our first gold label. Now the other one that I have is a gold label Grand Pacific that was not designed by me. This was designed by a customer of ours who has entrusted this guitar to us, let us do a video with it. I'm going to tell you about it. You can't buy it, but you could build something like it. So This is the Yellow Rose of Texas gold label Grand Pacific. Now, this was meticulously put together. I realized that at some points when we do customs and videos about people's customs, we say their names, and maybe some people don't like that. So I'm going to leave his name out of it just in case a crazy person's going to track him down and steal this guitar or something. But it's a very nice fella, and we've had a lot of good conversations about guitars. I'm very glad he let me shoot this before it went out. So the gold label Grand Pacific came out after the Super Auditoriums, but this to me is the real Andy Powers kind of thing. The Grand Pacific was his body style, and the gold label is his, advancement with the action control neck and the bracing. So the GP to me is very Andy, and the aesthetic that this guitar player chose on this guitar definitely fits into that sort of old school, kind of Gibson-esque, but not as much. It's still very Taylor. This is an old school style, new school guitar. That's the Western Sunburst on top of the Torrified Sitka. This is AA grade East Indian Rosewood, which is just very, very pretty set. Now, this went through a few different iterations, and originally we were talking Ivoroid, but with Taylor, sometimes they don't allow you to pair certain things if the materials are not going to line up. So, in a very cool turn of events, this became a maple-bound guitar, which I think sets it off even more. It's a regal and classic aesthetic, but just a little bit more. It kind of blends in, but then you notice it. Could be Ivoroid, and then you realize it's the maple. It's beautiful. So maple-bound, got the maple strip down the back, separating the two pieces of the rosewood. The inlays on this guitar are Mission inlay, and then up at the headstock, you got the yellow rose. So that is Taylor's rose headstock inlay that is available. It's not it is a custom option, but if you like the rose, you can get the rose. It's not like this was a one-off. So very cool. And one special thing that you can't get from Taylor, but you can get if you want it, is the tuning buttons on these 510s. He actually sent me in a set with the Ivoroid buttons. So I think ties the whole aesthetic together. It came with the black plastic ones. He wanted to switch to the Ivoroid, and it's a really good choice. So this guitar, very, very different sound from the All-Mahogany. Both of them have the open airiness that I love with the gold labels that are just so thick, It's like it just sings very easy to get a big old sound out of. But the All-Mahogany, way more focused on the mid-range, great finger-picking guitar, but also I played it with the pick. You can dig in, you can get sound out of it. It's awesome. This, on the other hand, is a big old spruce rosewood cannon. If you like the 717, if you like the 817, which has since come out since I've shot this video, you would love this guitar. So really, really nice, build, nice cohesive vision on this guitar. I love how it turned out aesthetically, even happier with how it turned out sonically. So let's take a listen to both. there you have it. A little taste on both of these custom gold labels. I am a big fan, and I think if you are interested in building a custom Taylor guitar, you can get a builder's edition. You can get a standard custom that won't have the builder's things and it won't have the gold label things. But those two routes of the custom shop are different sheets, different options. So today I'm talking specifically about gold labels, GLs. What you're getting with a custom gold label is the option of your woods, your bindings, your inlays, your adhesives. You can go hide glue, you can go standard wood glue, you can get Addy bracing, you can get Sitka bracing. A lot of different options, but what you're building off of is, in my opinion, Taylor's best sounding guitar. So I ordered these right when they opened up the gold label custom program, and they're here within maybe about 3 months. I think it's worth the wait to get exactly what you want. But if you've been really wanting an All-Mahogany Century inlay gold label, I got one. And if we sell this one, I can get you another one. I have a great time working on customs with people who have a good vision like this one that we have here. And I also just enjoy it in general. Working with Taylor on custom guitars is always a good process, especially when I get to pick the woods with Andy and spec them out with JR and have a really good time with it. So I hope you dig this guitar. I also hope that you like this guitar, though you can't have it if you want the exact same thing. I can order you the same thing or we can tweak stuff. But custom gold labels are here to stay. There's going to be cooler things coming. Maybe not cooler, different, as cool, but different. So if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, because as more come in, we're going to shoot more videos. And we got some custom builders editions coming too, which is a whole other thing. But if you want to know more about this guitar or the other ones that we've got, you can go to our website, alamomusic.com. We've got all the specs on this one. I've got all the spec sheets for the other ones. Might have something coming in that interests you. But when in doubt, we'll spec it out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.